Hi and welcome to the Studio Marco Primeau. I gave myself a nice gift this holidays. I bought new controllers, the SSL UF1 and UF8. So in the next few videos, I will do some reviews and I will compare it to my late controller, the Icon Pro X. And this video is an introduction to how it works with Samplitude. So let's dive in right away. Let's start with the UF8. This is a complete controller. You can use it as is, and you can program the transport on one of those buttons. But of course, I'm using it with the UF1, which is a transport oriented controller as well. We'll check that a bit later. So as you see, we see all the tracks, and it is touch sensitive. So if we touch a fader, the selection will change in your DAW. If you change bank, you go like this, you see the selection. Let's open the mixer so you can see it better. So if I change and I touch, let's say the thumb 1, yeah, the selection change. And once you have a selection in that group, you can change group and the selections will change. And of course, your display in your DAW as well. So if I go, you see different tracks at the screen right now. Of course, up here you have layers. You can set things up for different DAWs or different settings if you want. And you have the soft keys here that can be personalized, so you can custom all the buttons. If I change, you see the features up there are different. I did change those for what I needed, punch mode, activated or not, and punch in, punch out. So let's try them right now. If I select a part of the song like this, I can activate the punch mode, see at the bottom of the screen. So on, off, and then I can select punch in and punch out, which means that those will be adjusted on top. See? So if I change for another part of the song, punch in, punch out again. All right. So those here are for going to the plugins and sends. For now with Samplitude, they don't work. If you click on send, they don't go directly to the sends. But if you click on the plugin, you will see which plugins are on the track you previously selected. So if I go, let's say, to the snare top, I select it like this. You see the selection button is moving. I can of course also select like this. Let's select, and if I go to plugin, you see many plugins up there. If I click on this button, you'll get to the settings of that plugin. So they are described as in the plugin itself. Let's go to, we were at the snare top. Snare top, the compressor. So you can change threshold, ratio, and stuff like that directly. Now there's a little bug there, because if you activate this within Samplitude, it will reset the settings. So let's see, I go back. Now I see my tracks. I select the snare top again, plugin, and of course we're going to open the plugin again. Let's see if I do like this and I click on, it resets the settings. So that's a little bug that will need to be fixed either with Magix or within SSL compatibility. Okay, so of course if you click here, it opens SSL 360. Which helps you make all the settings. You can customize your buttons, and of course the VPuts here are all the places you can change stuff, and the layers are represented by those. Okay, sadly you can assign the transport master only to one of those layers. So if I use a second layer to control another software and there's a transport feature in there, if you push play, it will act on the layer 1 only. So you need to be aware of this. Then, of course, if we go back to VPOT, open the mixer. We go back here, you'll see that the faders are working right now, and of course the pans, if you click, it goes to 0. Those send buttons don't do anything with Magix Samplitude, but if you push on send up the screen of the UF1, it will call the aux send. So for the selected track, you can go and add some send, so you see a drum reverb up there. And of course, any that you want, okay? And if you click, it goes to 0 or off. So you can change the channels. You can select your automation at the bottom. So if you want to write automation, you just click on write, hit play, and then when you move your faders, they will be automated. We can try it if you want to see what it does. So what you need to do is, of course, select each track and then activate write. And then push play and make the changes that you want. Hit stop. Then we go back and go to read. And if I push play, so it's very easy to automate your levels, your panning, and other stuff. We can change banks with the bank buttons, but you can also change the channel here. Okay, you see the selection at the screen. All right, so let's check the UF1 now. The big thing with it is that it is the transport section directly here. Even though you can program it on the UF8 on different button, it's more visual to go with this one. So that's why I coupled both UF8 and UF1. So you have a scrub here that you can go within the song and choose where you want to play. If you hit play, of course, you have the master button. Let's go with the mixer. See the masters at your right here. One thing you need to know is every time I power up the UF1, I need to push on the master to be certain that it is affecting the master channel. If not, it will affect the track that was selected. So if I click on another one, you see I'm clicking on the UF8 to change the selections. And now it changed those. You can change the channel as well right here with the channel rotary selector. But usually I always keep it on master, so I have the levels that goes to my speakers that way. Another thing that is cool is if you change the modes, you can go to this mode, which gives you some visual display, and those are synced with the SSL meter, which is free when you buy the UF8. So if I push play, again, you can change the display for, because there's 3 sections in the plugin, and the UF1 display only one at the time, so you need to push on a button to change it. So if I hit play, And of course, at the bottom here, those buttons will control the settings of the plugin as well. Change the mode, linear, and stuff like that. And if we go back to the analog, you can also change the reference numbers and the type of plugin as well. VU, like this or this. So that's pretty neat. You can change the banks of the channel that are selected from there. Okay, so those are the equal found on the UF8. And of course the selector right here, if you deselect it, it will change what track you are selecting. But if you push on it, it's a zoom tool. So you can zoom in, zoom like this. And of course, you'll have the same thing on the UF8 at the bottom here. Also, what is interesting that it is not directly shown on the UF8 is those keys. You can activate the metronome right here, and you can program 2 functions. So if you hit shift, then you get the bottom features. So you can change the automation, read, write, trim, latch, and so on. All right, as you saw, of course, it's not a complete review button by button, just a first impression and how it works with Samplitude. If you have any questions about the controllers, about the customization in the Samplitude and stuff like that, please say so in the comments. I will try to answer you either directly or in the next video. I want to compare it to the Icon Pro X that I had in the past, and of course go deeper in the customization as well in SSL 360 and in Samplitude as well. So if you want to help the channel and you are doing some video works as well, click in the description. There's a link for a rebate for a plugin. Very nice. And other than that, if you want to help the channel, of course, please click on like and subscribe, and also, of course, play many videos and share those videos. It's always a great help.